Hi guys, welcome back. So I have loaded my Anaconda and kept here. So I'm going to finish this very fast. As promised, I'm not going to bore you with things. Okay. So I have my this loaded. So basically, what you guys to do is launch a Jupyter Notebook. It will launch it on your browser. Okay. And then just click on it, and this will open. So that's how I have done it, and I've just kept it so that I just want to save time for you also and for me also. Okay. So this is just a learning phase, so it's very easy. If you guys have doubt, comment down below. I will tell you the process step by step. Okay, no issues on that. So we're planning to do this till here as planned as day 1, as that is today, 15th July. Okay, now let's start beginning things. Okay, now go here, file, new notebook, Python 3 here. Okay, that comes here. So before you even start, let's see how many versions of Python are being used. We are on versions of Python. So it started in 1994, 1.5, 31, 1997. This, oh my God, that's a huge thing. So the latest thing that I know that was 2.7 that was widely used. Okay, 3.0 came into 3.1, 3.2, and all that came into picture. The latest is 3.8 that came on 14th October 2019. I believe 3.9 is already there. 3.9. So probably it is not released, but I'm sure the beta version of 3.9 is already available. Okay, so these are the history. So if anyone is interested, I'll leave this link there and can go there just for a general knowledge. Okay, so I have version which I have is presently. Okay, so how do you check version? Probably what you guys can do is go to your terminal, just type Python there, and it will give you what version it is using. So I am using 3.7. Simple, very simple way of getting it. You can do it by typing program also. I'll teach you that also, so don't have to remember all that stuff. Okay, so let's begin with simple stuff. So if I want to write hello word here, basically I need to just write hello and world and just put here. You can print anything in the world here actually. Welcome to you code. Okay, here. So that's all. That's a basic print statement in Python. You don't have to think anything. You don't have to write in Java how you write system.out.println and print the statement. Half the time you waste writing system.out.println and then do it. Though there are shortcuts also, but okay, this is the way it works, and this is a very simple way of doing it. Okay, this is a very simple thing. And okay, so let me just tell you something about indentation. This is very important thing. Important. So one more thing. So in Python, comments, if you want to do, just put like this. This is comments. You can put comments there like that. Okay. So just mean put you away. So x is equal to 1. Now if x belongs to 1, don't worry about if statements and everything. I'm just giving for your example. Okay. So see one thing here. I had put the if statement and I just came here. Matlab, this is an indentation happened. Okay, this is very important because they don't have brackets. They all have is nothing but indentation. Leave spaces. So this is how it is. Okay, and just so you just check the condition if x is equal to 1 and it just printed x is 1. So this is how you write. Now I'll show you what it gives if you don't do it like that. X is equal to 1. Okay, if x equal to 1, which was a condition, and I've just put it here, print x. Okay, just let me put x is 1. Okay, and let me just change this to, I'm just showing an example. Okay, indentation error it will give. Okay, and you just come here, press a tab space, it should work. It won't print anything because x value is 2. Only if this condition is true, print will work. Basic, simple. So that is how. So this was, don't worry about, I'm not explaining about if statements here. I was explaining about what do you mean by indentation. So if you don't give space here, this will happen. In C++, we have curly braces, so that helps to define such braces, helps you define the boundaries. In this Python, we have spaces. Python has indentation. It's very simple thing. Okay, you don't even have to see when you write one statement, if it automatically, when you press enter, it automatically gives you a space. Okay, so you don't have to remember things and all that stuff. Okay, so it's very simple. If you want to comment something, just put a hash in front of it, everything gets commented. That's simple. So print, so that's very simple part of it. And goodbye. So goodbye world is not goodbye world. Okay, when your COVID chal raha hai, so I don't want any negativities coming in. Okay, so already negativity outside, so don't want any negativities. Okay, so that's the basic introduction on the first topic. That's hello world. Don't have, there's nothing, right? I don't guess if someone found it complicated to understand. Just print statements and just about the spaces that you need to leave. That's all. Okay. Now let's begin the second topic. Okay, the second topic for the day is variables and types. Okay, this is very important, guys. So what do you mean by a variable? Okay, so we have a address, right? Every home has an address. So we say ki our house is on the 32nd row of the particular colony, and so and so pin code. That's house, right? So inside system we have addresses also, and these addresses, we need to store some particular values in these addresses. How we live in houses, cities, we want to store some particular values. So how do we do that? So we assign as nothing but x. Consider this as an alphabet right now. Don't worry about what is variable. I want to store it here. Okay, I want to store x as a variable here. Okay, so x becomes my variable. 3 becomes the number that I want to store. Okay, so now the variable is getting stored at some particular place in the RAM. You don't have to worry where it is getting stored. Just for an understanding, x is a variable here, and 3 is a number that I want to store in x. Okay, done. And if I want to just, you don't have to even write print statement, just write that x if you type and shift enter, everything runs. Cool. So okay, I didn't tell you this at the start. So if you want to run Jupyter Notebook, you can do is shift enter, control enter, or run. That's it. Just select the particular cell and run it. Okay, that's it. That's a very simple thing. Okay, nothing much detail into it. Okay, so let's give me one more example. Okay, my float is equal to 7. Print float. Sorry, that's a data type. Khatam. Okay, you guys don't have to worry about anything. And x is equal to 3. If I do, it automatically understands that it is a string. Now how do you check it is a string or not? Just type of x. Done. STRS. So you can check anything. So type of my float gives you int. So Python automatically understands what data type it is assigned to. Okay, now if I write my float is equal to 7.0 and enter it, and now I change it and check what is my float value, it will give me float because it is 7.0. So it automatically understands. You need not to specify any variable like int, float, or anything. Now if you want to typecast something, okay, now I want this my float to be integer type. So what I do, I put int in front, my FLO80 float in front, and there, this is int now. Now that's got my point. That's very simple things, guys. Just wanted to know, wanted to tell you guys, these are very simple stuffs out there, and you guys can do it. Okay, so this is something which is on the variables front and data types. So Python has a lot of data types. Okay, int is there, float is there, string is there, byte is there. You guys can go with anything. Okay, so Depends on the problem statement again. So if you don't want it in int, okay, by default if you just write 3x is equal to 3, it will take as int until unless you specify decimal point, it will go to float. Okay, that that's all for this part. Okay, now the third part, list. Okay, okay, so what do you mean by list? Okay, list is something very similar to array. Okay, and they contain any type of variable. Okay, so okay, I'll show you how that is and how that works. Okay, and list can be iterated over, they can be traversed over. Okay, okay, I have not given a topic to it. List comes here. Okay, so I have to comment all this because we cannot execute a cell without commenting those. So how do you define a list? Okay, I'll just write L is equal to here, a list is defined. Now you guys don't believe me, check here, list, type of a list. Now you guys must be thinking, okay, now this is list, what can we do with this? So you guys know about array, right? So same thing, you just need to fill in values. I can fill in even anything, I can fill even here my name, I can fill in that also, it will take. So I can just need to print it, I just print it. You can iterate it. What I meant is, for I in L, print I. So it's going to print inside this. Okay. Okay. So if I want to print any particular element in the list, okay, I can print that also. I can just need to write L of 3, 4. So how it is 3? So 0, 1, 2, okay, and that's 3. So that's how it is. So I'll tell you one more thing, in Python the initial index starts from 0, so always remember that. Okay, so what all other operations can you perform on list? So let's suppose you have one list, let me just write it as, okay, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, I have one more element, b is equal to 4. Okay, now I want this 4 also to be added to this list. Okay, so final output should be something like this. There should be a final output 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be my final output. How do I get this? Very simple to do, man. So how do you guys do it is, list has a something functionality called a dot append, append of b. Okay, so b has 4. Now when I print a, the 4 gets added. Okay, it gets added as one single array or one single list format. Now if I don't want that to happen, I want it as a separate array, so it's an array of array. So I can do is a dot extend, okay, of b. Okay, okay, that seems some error on it. Let me just check what it didn't work, why it didn't work. A dot extend, right, for int object is not iterable. Why it didn't work? It should have worked. Let's just check the syntax. List extend Python. Okay, I have made mistakes, so somewhere probably I forgot in the syntax. Extend and iterable, so it gives me an example like language 1 extend language 2. Okay, so extend is utilized, can be used only when its second value is also list type. So let me just put it as list type, and now let me just try. There it goes, it works, bang. So it already had 4 and it just printed extended, it gets appended at the end of the value. Append also adds at the end. Okay, so if I add a dot append of 4, so what it will going to add is basically it will append one more array inside this and get it done. If I want to print a, so see, one more array gets printed. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, so simple. Okay, so there are other functions of list. Okay, so these are just basics that I'm going to take you through, and list is very important, guys. You need to remember list. Okay, it is very much important. Okay, so that's basically of list, and you can iterate through a list, and that's I showed you already. So you can iterate through this also. Print I, there it gets printed. Okay, so you guys will be thinking why this is printing separately, because what is happening is this is one list till here, and inside that list we have appended one more list to it. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, these are just basic things. So if you guys have any questions on this, you can ask me, put your comments below. Okay, so one thing gets solved. The element only list and list can be extended. Okay, nothing else. So appending, you can append anything, but extend can only be extension of the same element. That's the meaning of that. Okay, so that makes sense. Cool. Okay guys, so that's it for the day. I probably guess so. If anything else is there, I'll add to the things and I'll upload it to GitHub. Okay, so if you guys have any doubt, any questions, please put your comments below. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.